Good evening, or good morning, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel. This is my wedding videography vlog number 3. Welcome to the county of Suffolk in the UK. Again, actually in vlog number 1 we started in Suffolk, but we're in a completely different location now. We're just outside of Ipswich in the UK. And tomorrow I'm heading over to a wedding venue in a town called Kesgrave. And it's a wedding venue called Milsom's Kesgrave, which looks like another stunning venue. About to put the drone up here and get my intro for this vlog of the amazing premiere inn that I'm staying in tonight. It doesn't look as glamorous as the one last week, but nonetheless I'm staying out the night before because the venue's only 12 minutes away from here. So yeah, let's get on with the vlog, shall we? So here's my trusty Mavic 2 Pro. Got it in here. Got 3 batteries. I've actually got the smart controller, which is awesome, and I've got these legs as well, which can extend the landing gear, so it can land in like longer grass or on wet ground or whatever. So basically the drone is up doing the hyperlapse to the intro to the vlog, but the signal keeps dropping off the controller, so it's actually up there. You can't see it, but it's all over there. And this is basically my lovely little location for yeah, doing the hyperlapse. It's a bit hard to see it on this. That's why I love coming up the night before a wedding. You get to do little cool things like this, just have some alone time away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and just get some headspace, do the things that you love, reflect on everything, your private life, your work life, your future, and then get to go and film tomorrow with amazing people, amazing venue, you know, in a positive, loving environment. What more do you want to do? That's why I love this job so much. My hyperlapse is still going. It says I've still got, well, 7 minutes, so it says 10 minutes total. I'm almost at 3 minutes. 14 minutes on battery, that's fine, and it's now taking 85 pictures of 300 needed for the hyperlapse intro. Well, welcome to the premiere inn at almost midnight. I know this is going to sound crazy to some of you watching, but typically don't sleep that well, whether I'm at home or in a hotel the night before a wedding, just because I get paranoid about, have I got all the right gear with me? Am I going to remember all the right settings on my camera? Am I going to miss the key moments? Is there going to be a hardware problem with traffic? I don't know, these different scenarios just sort of run through. Like, I've been over the, for example, I've been over the schedule for tomorrow 100 times in my brain. Like, I know where the venue is, it's 12 minutes around the corner. But yeah, I still jump on Tave, my client management's booking software, and just checked out, you know, God, they're not getting ready at a church. They're not getting married at a church, are they? Like, but they're not, they're getting married all in one place. But these are the sort of things that just sort of end up running through my brain. So I find myself here now at like midnight in a premiere inn in Ipswich, just sort of running through the scenarios. And also I've got this V-mount battery on charge over there across the room for a light that I'm taking tomorrow. I actually bought this light before lockdown, so over 18 months ago now, called the Practilite. I'll put the name of it up on the screen now. But anyway, I don't normally take a light to the ceremony, so I'm a bit nervous about lighting and like fitting that into my workflow, right? Oh, it's stupid. Everything's going to be fine. It's normally fine. It's only because I care. it's somebody else's big day, right? This is like their massive wedding, and you just don't want to be known as the person that fucks it up, basically. I won't fuck it up. But these are the sort of thoughts that go through my brain on the night before a wedding, and thought, well, it wouldn't really be genuine if I didn't share these concerns with you. I thought it would be good for the narrative of the story. Which is funny because everything that we do with wedding films is about telling a story, so here I am telling my own. It's time to time travel now, isn't it? 3, 2, 1. And good morning. Well, that was a good sleep. However, there is a slight challenge. It's raining outside, and it's 9:20 in the morning. Obviously that's not great for the couple and their families. I feel bad for them. I hope that, you know, the weather brightens up. It's quite an early ceremony, like 1 or 1:30 today. So yeah, I'm really hoping that for them it clears up, but of course for myself and the photographer, to make sure that the weather clears up so we can actually, you know, I can put the drone up, for example. You know, we can go outside and do some beautiful, get some beautiful footage and photos for them. So the venue's only 3 miles around the corner. It's going to take me around 11 minutes to drive there. So I'm just going to go there now. Well, I've just arrived, but still raining. Check this out. This lovely little area has got potential. Maybe put the drone up through the opening in the trees up there. Alright, so that is the drone footage done. It stopped raining, which I'm super happy about. The clouds, it's a bit of blue sky, the clouds are up there, so there's obviously a lot of diffusion. The clouds are moving really quick, which obviously means high wind velocity up there, which means the weather could change quite quickly. So fingers crossed, it stays dry, it stays like this. I mean, I'm happy for it to stay like this, to be fair, and I'm sure in comparison to rain that the bride and groom will be happy for it to stay like this as well. Okay, so just managed to get into the hangar, or the marquee main venue area. Awesome. Shout out to the wedding events manager. She's been awesome walking me through everything. We've got a surprise video during the ceremony, so it's always great to speak to people to find out, because I didn't know about that, so that's interesting. Also, for the first dance, it's going to be a curtain reveal for the couple for the first dance, so that's also good to know, because that's obviously extra planning that I need to put into place to make sure all of my exposure levels and everything and camera positioning is all okay. So anyway, just setting up the cameras. A7S3 on the Sigma 24-70 for bridal prep. The White House, bridal prep, yes. Okay, got some bridal prep. I'm really hoping that this weather holds off, and yeah, gonna set the ceremony up and then back for the dress and then back for the big moment.
So this is how I set up the ceremony. So I've got a Sony A7C A cam here on the 85mm 1.8, which is just by Sony. It's not the G Master, it's my usual lens for the back of the ceremony. I want you to pay close attention in a moment as we walk through the curtains here. As we turn to the left, just note these curtains. We'll come back to that in a little while. Then as we walk up the aisle here, we've got a Sony A7C B cam on a 16 to 35mm with the Rode NTG video mic, which is an awesome video mic. Just a couple of things that I want you to focus on here is the lighting. We've got the blue LEDs on the ceiling, we've got white warm lights, we've got purple LEDs on the side, and we've got no natural light whatsoever, and those really big curtains there between the ceremony and my 85mm. This is going to become a problem for both reasons. So as here, I'm just focusing up, making sure that I'm in focus for when the bride and groom are going to stand on the 16 to 35. But these lights were a massive problem. The color temperature was all over the place, as well as there not being any natural light. So it was really, really difficult. And these curtains are going to become a problem, and I'm going to show you in a minute why.
Okay, the time is 12:06 and the ceremony room is set up. The weather didn't hold off. It started to rain heavily. Little break in the weather. Now heading round to get the dress shots.
About 20 minutes and then she'll get it on.
Oh, she's not even got it on yet?
Nah, all the bridesmaids are now getting trained, so give them 15 and then we can go back in.
Oh, the weather is not looking great. It's getting lovely and wet now though, isn't it?
This is not looking good, this looks not good.
How would you describe the weather right now to my camera?
Absolutely atrocious.
Tell people what your wedding videography website and contact details are.
Kev's Photography, www.kevstop.co.uk.
That'll do, thank you very much.
Quite posh then, wasn't it?
So Hef, the photographer, and myself, we hid out here for a while, but then all of a sudden the rain just came a lot harder, and we were really worried because the walk from the bridal prep to the ceremony marquee was quite a way. Luckily, we went back round to film the final stages of preparation, and the weather just cleared, which was amazing, and we got on with the ceremony. But there were some challenges, and I'm going to show you those now. So you remember I said these curtains at the back, keep your eye on those? Well, I'm going to show you now exactly what happened. Everybody was watching me set up my cameras. I even asked the people at the venue if it was okay to have my camera there. Everybody said yes. Nobody told me anything differently whatsoever, that it wouldn't be a problem to have my camera there. Of course, after the bride has made her entrance, right? So I set it all up, I exposed it, I got everything sorted in that position as you see it now, and then this is what happened as soon as the ceremony started. Bearing in mind nobody told me this was going to happen, my camera was all set up, we were in full flow, and then bang, they decided to close the curtains on me. And they refused to open the curtains again as well, because as you can see they velcro the curtains shut, and they didn't want that to disturb the ceremony. Quite rightly as well, by the way. But it just made it a bit of a panic, because I've also got another challenge which I'm about to share with you right now as well, and that is this. As the curtains in the back close on my camera, as you can see there from the other angle, the registrar decides to stand exactly in front of my 16 to 35, even though they'd already said they were going to stand off to the side slightly. So yeah, double whammy here. I'm handheld in the background there on the Sony a7S III at this point. There's nothing I can do really quickly, so I just made sure I got safety shots on the a7S III. Nothing I can do now about the 16 to 35 here at the front. Not really anything I can do about that. You know, I'm not going to go up there in the middle of the ceremony and make demands, so that's that. But what I did need to do is quickly get back behind that curtain and get my 85mm out from behind there and get it positioned behind the couple, so at least I can get some shots for the recording, you know, from the back of the ceremony room, which is what I'm doing now. You can actually see the curtains moving there, because that's because I am making my way through there trying to get my camera through. But they refused to open the curtains, so I had to get creative, and I ended up sort of limboing underneath the curtains without the Velcro ripping and disturbing everybody. And if you look now, you can just see my camera in the background there as I'm setting it up in a frantic rush, trying to get it on and recorded and everything. Yeah, it was a bit of a challenge to say the least. I've never come up with that before, but I just can't believe nobody told me that the curtains were going to close. I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable. I talked to people I communicate, I speak to registrars, I speak to wedding coordinators, I speak to waiting staff and cleaning staff, and I just ask them what the general idea is on the day. And nobody once told me that that curtain was going to close shut as soon as the bride walked in. So yeah, I was a bit miffed about that, but as you can see, I managed to stay calm, get the camera set up again, and yeah, we got there in the end, and we got a film together. So here's some footage from the ceremony now.
So the weather just broke after the ceremony, so it stopped raining. It was cloudy and diffused, but it stopped raining, so we actually managed to get some stunning shots outside the venue and down on the more rural pathway. I put some footage over the top. I was really happy, considering I thought that it was going to be a washout and would get nothing, but it's just started raining again right now, so I can't believe the timing. It's now 10 to 3, the wedding breakfast is at 4 o'clock, they're going in to be seated at 3:45, so yeah, it's going on track, and I'm just so happy for the couple that we managed to get some good footage in, and the photographer got some good photos as well in the natural light when it wasn't raining, and now it is raining. Check out this beast that I just found while sheltering from the rain. It's like a stretched golf buggy. How many people does that seat? 2, 4, 6 people. That is awesome. It's like a wedding mobile.
So it's time for the speeches. Speeches were a challenge as well. Again, do you remember that lighting at the top there? You can see the blues and the purples and everything. Yeah, not great. 85mm 1.8 on the A7C, and I also done a wide shot as well, which I don't normally do that often this far back, but this is still the 16 to 35mm as well. But yeah, the lighting and the white balance was all over the place, and the top table there is over the back with that spotlight on the right there. So you had one half of the top table was actually on like, you know, in the shade, in the shadow, and then you've got the right hand side of the table, which were the two best men, in the spotlight. The bright white, like literally brilliant white spotlight was just a nightmare, to be honest with you. So yeah, as you can see, it was a bit of a challenge, but we got there. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, that is the speeches done, and now it's just time to get some food and actually sit down for a bit and give my back a rest, and also just to start to prep then for the cake and the first dance, which will be a little bit later because it's 5:30 now, and well, got a little bit of time now, that period between the meal and you know, the partying for the evening. So yeah, really been enjoying today, and yeah, just been going for a walk really, just to sort of get some fresh air and to look for places for golden hour. But I don't think we're going to get a golden hour today because how cloudy it is, and it keeps raining even though there's blue sky up there. So yeah, probably not going to happen today, but that's okay because we've got a lot of partying going on, and because we're at full capacity weddings again, because now lockdowns and everything are over, it should be quite good to see everybody dancing and having a right laugh later. So yep, looking forward to that. So basically, because it is such a challenging lighting environment in here with no natural light, LEDs everywhere, you've got the starry sky there, you've got a massive professional rack unit above the dance floor, and we've got all these LEDs like all around the sides, all different colour temperatures, different brightness levels. So I'm just going to actually light the first dance and the cake cutting, and I've been speaking to the photographer and he's actually said that if I do that he won't use flash. So I actually think, fingers crossed, we'll get some awesome footage as well, the dancing and everything. We're avoiding flash and actually making it look nice as well. So fingers crossed, I'm going to set that up right now. is another wedding day done. Well, that had a lot of challenges today, namely flash photography in the ceremony with no natural light, the weather being completely hit or miss. 1 minute it was raining, like literally for like 5 minutes, like torrential, and then nothing, and then rain again, and then nothing. So it really sort of made it extra hard to judge, like, you know, where to go, how far we should go away from the venue, whether the bride and groom were comfortable going far away from the venue because of the weather. The light, ironically, was good because the sun was diffused behind the clouds, right? So that actually made it like nice to film with, as you saw from the footage. But yeah, it was a real challenge. And of course, then putting the light up for the cake and the first dance. We had these weird curtains where they would segment the marquee into sections, which made setting up cameras a bit unpredictable, because with the ceremony I had the camera all queued up at the back on the 85mm, and then boom, when they came in they shut the curtains in front of the camera, and I had to sort of limbo underneath the gaps in the curtain to actually get the camera in, because the curtains had Velcro on them, so they wasn't prepared to open them to let me through, because they'd have to rip the Velcro strips apart on the curtain, which would make a massive noise during the intimate ceremony. So it was really difficult. Yeah, and like I said, the flash photography, like, it's so difficult because the photographer just wants to do their best, and I want them to do their best too. I honestly do. But at the same time, it doesn't look great when you're trying to do video, especially slow-mo, sort of, you know, handheld in the ceremony, trying to get those intimate shots, those beautiful shots with flashes going off. So I really found myself sort of not knowing what to do, if I'm being honest, in that situation. I just had to sort of time it, keep an eye on the photographer. When he was looking at his screen and making sure he got the shots, I was trying to film. And then again, during the ceremony, they had this TV come out where there was a beautiful message from the school kids, because the bride's a teacher. But then again, having to sort of adapt and get reactions for that at the tip of a hat, you know, short notice, and then moving the static cams to make sure I captured some of that to give context as well. It was challenging, to say the least. So we had all these different variables, but we got through it. I got the footage. Well, I like to think I've got the footage. I mean, I've had a look on the cameras, and it does look good, and it can only look better than that when I get it into the edit. So yeah, another wedding day done. It is 9:30, which is quite an early one to get away from, but because they sped up the day a little bit, they've done the cake early. They didn't have many evening guests turning up at that point, so they then done the first dance, which I think looks good because they had a curtain reveal. So yes, I've managed to get away a bit earlier as well. So I'm going to drive home now, just over an hour, I think, hour and 20 minutes, and that's it. So that's it for another vlog. If you like this, please consider subscribing, because I'm trying to do a vlog for every wedding that I do. And hit like if you found value at all, and leave a comment. Let me know what you do. Are you in the wedding industry? Are you a professional? Let me know what you do. Let me know where you're from, the region that you operate in, whether it's UK, whether it's abroad, you know, USA, Australia, whatever. You know, let me know. I really would love to know what you do and where you're from, and connect with you in some sort of way. So thank you so much. And just to top it all off, can you hear this? It's tipping down with rain again. Literally, as I left the venue, it just stormed down with rain again. So maybe that's something, right? Is it following me around? I don't know. Anyway, that's it. This vlog is done. See ya.